it kind of goes back to what we were talking about, right? In the mock draft, if you guys tuned in for that. I'll say this over and over and over again. There are running backs that you will never hear of, that I will never hear of, that will never get opportunities, that 100% under the right circumstances had what it took to go for 1,000 yards in a season. 100%. Like the Eli Mitchells of the world, they're all over. Running back is it's a position where there's so many starting caliber players, but there's not enough opportunities. Elijah Mcguire is somebody that always comes to mind. I thought he's a very talented back that never really got an opportunity. Kalen Ballage, I think, is a very talented back that he got an opportunity, made the most of it with the Chargers, and then that was it. He became a free agent, signed with the Steelers. They draft Najee Harris. They fall in love with Benny Snell to be the backup for whatever reason, and so he didn't get an opportunity. I think there's a lot of guys like that in this league that are really good and don't get found. And J.D. Mckissick is one of those guys. I remember watching him in Seattle and thought, man, this guy is a hell of a player, and if he ever leaves Seattle and gets an actual opportunity, he's going to do something with it. And sure enough, now Mckissick is this coveted, scat back in Washington. I feel like that position, there's so many different, running backs all around where they don't get an opportunity, but if they did, they'd have 1,000 yards. I can't say the same about receivers. Do you know why? Because the receivers that play are the receivers that actually get open. They're the guys that focus on the little nuances of their game. They focus on the, you talk about the footwork. You talk about having the physicality to get off the line of scrimmage. Those are the things. They focus on the little things. And those are the guys that are playing on Sundays. And so you're like, why the hell is Marvin Hall catching touchdowns from Matthew Stafford? Because Marvin Hall can get open. Marvin Hall can stretch the field. That's why he was catching touchdowns from Matthew Stafford in Detroit. How is Danny Mandola, age 36, starting for the Texans? I'll be honest, the Texans had a little bit of a rough go there. They didn't have a ton of help at the receiver position. Chris Conley was supposed to be one of their starters. But Danny Mandola, let's call it like it is. Everywhere he goes, he's productive. He's not uber productive. He's not a 1,000-yard receiver, but there's a reason why the league can't seem to get rid of him. There's a reason for that. So that's kind of what I'm saying, is that there are guys that, that position, typically, the wide receiver position, you're not going to see like a ton of that, right? There are guys that may not get an opportunity, but they'll be found. For the most part, injuries will derail them. Denari Alexander. Running backs, though, there are so many that you will never know could have done something because of just how many opportunities and the fact that it's a passing league now and the fact that it's basically a running back by committee league. And so those guys don't get an opportunity. Nothing like running for a 50-yard run, wanting to stay in and being taken out for a guy to just punch in at the 1-yard line. You don't get the touchdown, but hey, you got 50 yards. That's great. Totally out of the rhythm now because now we're taking turns. That's the problem with the running back position. It's why I think if Trey Sermon left the 49ers and went to, a different type of, blocking scheme or, went to a team that, wanted to power run, I think, you probably get more out of him than what you saw in San Francisco, which was not much at all.